Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you for joining the free seminar today. So, I think you are going to follow TKT course and also Cambridge TKT. That's why you have joined here today. And also, the reason to arrange a free seminar, the first thing is Futa. We must know, get to know. That means before we are going to step, we are going to put a step, we must have good knowledge that what we are going to do, how it helps me for the career, continue my career. Those things are very important. You must have a good idea what you are going to do for the next steps. Whatever you are going to do, you must have a name. This is the first thing, and also you should know about it. What is the next step and what happens in the next steps? Those things. Okay, so you can get a clear idea about it. You have seen my advertisements on Facebook, and sometimes you may have called me, and I have sent you some details as well. Although there are many things you should know actually about this course. And the other thing is the trust between you and me. It should be a strong one. You should believe me, I should believe you. That's very important because we are not going to end up our relationship. That means within 2 3 months of, because we are going to have a long journey. Okay, so I am going to train you TKT and also YAD programs. I will let you know what you are going to do. And also you are going to prepare students and send the students to me for the exams, registration, like that, everything. So the procedure go for a long time. If you do it well, so the thing is the bond between you and me should be a trustable one. Okay. That's what are the reasons I want to arrange a session like that. Okay, there are many to join also, and some have informed me that they are not able to join today. I have promised them that I would give them the recordings to check. Okay, so I shall start the introduction session. I would like to start the introduction session. Step by step, I would like to explain you everything. So it would be very easy. If you have any doubts regarding the things I explain, you are free to ask any questions. Okay, you can ask directly or you can text me. No matter. Text me is in the Zoom chat. Okay, not the WhatsApp. Okay. So this is the program you are going to start. Cambridge TKT with YLE training. This is strange. And also sometimes this is the first time you may have heard this kind of training. This is the first time. Okay. There are many institutes who prepare students for Cambridge TKT. You can follow TKT. So there are many institutes, more than 100 institutes in Sri Lanka, and also many lectures as well. But you haven't heard what is YLE training. I think you haven't heard about it. This is the first time in Sri Lanka someone introduced this kind of training. So during the meeting, you can understand why is there this kind of special meeting. And so what are the benefits you get? What are the benefits I get? Yeah. So there are many institutes in Sri Lanka who prepare students for YLE exams as well. There are many institutes. Maybe there are some in your town as well, but they don't give that training to anyone because they don't want anyone to do it. But I want to do it, everyone. But I want everyone to do that. That's what the difference between them and myself. එයාලා Cambridge YLE වලට ළමයි train කරාට එක කාටවත් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. They do only. So that's what the reason this course is strange. Okay, so I'm happy to introduce you such a valuable course for the first time in Sri Lanka. Yeah, this happens first time in Sri Lanka. Not the TKT, I talk about the YLE trade. You will be able to become an internationally qualified teacher through these programs. Yeah. You know how it happens? In this course, I prepare you for Cambridge exam. That means Puta, Cambridge TKT exam. That is a qualification which is given from the University of Cambridge for the teachers. I will explain you. That's because this course enables you to get Cambridge TKT certificate. And the unique thing is that you get an opportunity to prepare students for Cambridge YLE exams. Okay. Not only for the YLE, YLE means Young Learner exams only. Okay, that means starters, movers, flyers only. But I give you every materials and everything up to FC. That means 6 courses you are able to. We'll provide you with the training, syllabus, and the guidance you need for that. So I will explain you everything. How am I going to do those things? Because you must have a clear idea. Okay. Probably you will increase your monthly income minimum up to 1 lakhs. Minimum up to 1 lakhs, 100,000. So sometimes when you see this amount, sometimes you think it's unbelievable or huge amount like that. But if you are already a English teacher conducting classes, you know this is not very difficult target to get. Okay. So I would like to explain you how to get 1 lakhs income within 1 year. That's very important. Yes, how to reach for one lakhs income within a year. Okay, now through this Cambridge TKT qualification, Puta, sometimes you may misunderstand this thing. Some of the students have called me asked whether this qualification only for YLE teaching like that. No. මේ qualification එකෙන් සර් අපිට YLE උගන්වන්න විතරයිද පුළුවන් කියලා අහලා ගහුවා ගොඩ දෙන්නේ. Actually no, ඇත්තටම නැහැ. This TKT qualification is for English language teachers. Okay. So you are able to teach any kind of student, any level of the students. On a level එකක young learners, teenagers, adults ඕන කෙනෙක්ට උගන්වන්න පුළුවන්. And also any courses, not only TKT, sorry, not only YLE, you can teach what is spoken English courses, local syllabus courses, the other elocution, so anything. But especially in this course, I train for the YLE trainings. So I will explain you why is it very important. And also in these qualifications, you can teach to go to an international school, also teach, or any other private institutes, English language academies like that. There are many in Sri Lanka, so we can join one of those and you can start your teaching as well. I recommend to work. That means work for a salary. I recommend work for a salary. To get it's better to get some kind of experience, Puta. To get some kind of experience. Okay. But you can't reach to 1 lakh salary if you join to an international school, or if you join to any other institutes. I don't think any institutes will you pay 1 lakh. Any schools, international schools, I know very well. Probably the maximum amount, that means the maximum salary would be like 40,000 like that. For the experienced teachers as well, only 40,000 like that. But if you are a new teacher without experience like that, you start from 20,000 like this. But you have to work 1 minute. I am getting a call. Hello. Okay, I'm sorry because some students called me that I couldn't actually add them for the group as well. It's okay. So I was talking about those international schools like that, Buddha. But however, I recommend those working at an institute, it's better to gain the experience for your life, because when we go to any field, the experience is very essential. So if you have worked at an international school or an institute for 1 to 3 years, it's better. So because we can gain the experience, but not for the good income. I think doing a job, I can't go for a 1 lakh salary or more than, it's like that. It's impossible. But the thing is, it's better for the experience. Okay, I would like to say I also started my career in an academy, and also many institutes I have talked, Cambridge institutes. So I started my salary from 15,000. So I had to work usually 15,000 per month, like 10 years ago. Okay, like that. So it's good for the experience, however. So how to reach for 1 lakh's income? Usually, put I just things. Here in Kandy, I usually charge 2,500 to 3,000 like that from each student per month like that. Usually, I take monthly fees. Although this is the cost, I charge monthly fees because nowadays, with this expenses and the cost of living is very high. So it's very difficult to parents as well. So I charge usually per month. Now just things we start usually from 2,000 from each student. So can't you reach increased number of students within the year up to 50? If you do it better, you can more than it. ඔයාලා හරියට කරොත් ළමයි අවුරුද්දකට ළමයි 50කටත් වඩා ඔයාලට හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. More than 50 students. I can minimum make a minimum thing. If you do it well, this program very well මම කියන විදිහට promotions ටික කරලා classes ටික හරි active විදිහට කරොත්, if you do it well, ළමයි 50ක් කියන පොඩි ගානක් active. Your institute. If you have your own institute, it's better. Otherwise, you can work in other institute as well. So there are some tuition classes, they provide in space. Then you have to pay 25% for the institute like that, or 30% like that. So if at the first time it's difficult to go for your own institute, so if you can go that kind of thing, it's better. So however, within 1 year, this 1 lakh salary is not a difficult thing. But the thing is, I want to mention you can't dream about it, no? While you are sleeping in bed, you can't dream about it. Okay? If you have a target, we have to get up and we have to go. We have to get up from the bed and we have to go to our targets daily. We have to walk to our targets. Don't us? Okay. So that means, Buddha, we have to work hard actually. We have to work hard. If we work hard, so this is a very easy target for us. However, so hard working is very essential thing to achieve our targets in our life. Okay. So while you are sleeping in bed, you can't go for 1 lakh. Or if you start the class today, you start YLA classes today. From tomorrow, you can't. What is? You can't earn 1 lakh. I have seen many advertisements on the Facebook as well. I bought a car yesterday within 1 month like that. They are dreams. They are dreams. හරියට. ඒවා පස්සේ යනවා නම් ඒක ඇත්තටම බොරු වැඩක්. Online tradings, games ගහලා කාර් අරන් දෙනවා. I have seen many Facebook posts like that. ඒ වගේ බොරු හීන මන් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Okay? It's impossible. ඒක බොරු වැඩනේ. තමන් මහන්සියෙන් හම්බ කරලා තමන්ගේ කැරියර් එකේදී දුක් මහන්සියෙන් හම්බ කරලා අපිට යන්න පුළුවන් නම් එතනින් අපි earn කරගන්න එකේ වටිනාකම තමයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒක තමයි රඳා පවතින්නේ අනික. එතකොට ඒවා actually they are cheaters. They cheat us. They show us a dream like that. බොරු හීන පෙන්නලා they cheat us. So I don't show you like that. Then 1 lakh, 1 lakhs කරලා other course එක පටන් අරගෙන හෙට ඉඳලා 1 lakh හොයන්න. No, I don't recommend like that. If you start like that, I think within 1 year, we have to work hard within 1 year. So day to day, monthly, every month, you increased your income if you do it very well. හරියට කරොත්. Because this TKT qualification also very important in this during this TKT training also Puta, you are talk about language teaching. Many things you are talk. Sometimes you are already a teacher. You have already started teaching. You are doing classes. But the thing is, although you have much experience, these all English teaching methods are very important. So if you go through that, you can be a better teacher actually. Because the parents also want a better ones nowadays. No, there are many teachers. When we talk about English, you know, in the village also there are more than 20 teachers who does tuitions we can find. But a good teacher with the good teaching qualifications and also good teaching methods, it is difficult to find. But if you can be one of them, you will be highlighted among them, don't you? Yes. So actually you have a good future there. Okay, so this is my advertisement which you saw on the Facebook, teacher training for Cambridge YLE. International recognized certificates, duration 3 months. You are being prepared for 3 months and also cost fee 18,000. 18,000 also I have mentioned you. If you do installment, if you go for installment plans, it would be 18,000. If you pay at one time payments, that means one time if you pay, it's just only 15,000 like that. So I will let you know those things later. Okay. And then who am I? Introduced and lectured by. Then you can see my details here and also my qualifications also. And also currently I work under British Council, IES and the Royal Institutes. They are the exam centers in Sri Lanka coordinator, exam coordinator. That's why I want to promote this course. I will let you know about that. And also until now I have written 2 books as well. The general English course and also the the English course for government school students. They are practical English books, self-study recommend books I have written. But the thing is, unfortunately, I don't have any copies left with me. I have printed more than 1,000 copies. But the thing is, even a single copy, I haven't left it. All sold out. So I hope to print them again, also publish again. So as soon as I publish, I will let you know. If you know, you can buy as well. If you know, there are many things to learn as well. Okay, so that is a brief introductions. What it is happening, what is going to happen in this course. Now I would like to move to the what is TKTS. It is the first things. In this course, you know, you are prepared to do the TKT exam as well. So Cambridge English Language Assessment, part of the university Cambridge, University of Cambridge. Okay. What's going to happen here? You know, Putta, you know very well about the Cambridge University. It's in the UK. It's one of the most famous universities in the world. Okay. And also, you know, we can take a certificate from University of Cambridge. Any student, anyone in this world who above age 6 can obtain a certificate from University of Cambridge from the language assessment. Okay. So what do we have to do? The only thing we have to do, Putta, we have to take a test. We must take a test at, that means exam center, Cambridge Exam Center. According to our purpose, we are going to take the test. So they will be given an intention certificate for those who do the exam according to the result. Okay. So there is a special one for the teachers. That means language teachers, English teachers actually. Teachers knowledge test. This is not an English test, okay? Don't misunderstand. This is not English exam. This is an exam for English teachers. Teachers knowledge test mean puta. Sorry, TKT means teachers knowledge test. This one. So they are tested teachers knowledge about language training. Okay, don't misunderstand. Not overall knowledge of the language training. Okay. Now we will have prove your teaching knowledge with this series of flexible tests. TKT is a series of modular teaching qualification with test your knowledge in specific areas of English language teaching. So what happens in during this course also, you are taught. What are you taught? You are taught with special areas of English language teaching. So during this course, I prepare not only for the exams. That means I prepare you for the teaching as well. In most institutes, give only the TKT exam preparations only. But here, not only that, I will build your confidence and also your knowledge to do any kind of classes as well. It will help you to build your confidence. What is it? How it helps to build your confidence, Buddha? If when we are going to do something, if we know about it very well, we have good confidence. අපි දෙයක් කරන්න යනකොට අපි ඒ දේ ගැන හොඳටම දැනගෙන ඉන්නවා නම් අපේ confidence එක වැඩි නේ නේද? Yes. And also we can do it in a successful way. And it is a cost-effective way to get an internationally recognized qualification. Okay. So it's not local certificates, as I have mentioned you earlier. You will be given an internationally recognized qualification certificate. So if you go abroad, no matter. Then some students are there. They ask me about, sir, I'm going to go abroad. So is it possible? Is it valid in other countries? Yes, all over the world it is valid. And also whether you are a new teacher or have years of experience, no matter. In my courses, sometimes I don't know whether there are some government school teachers also. In other my badges, there are some government school teachers also have joined in my classes. Because although they have government qualifications and also everything, sometimes they don't have much knowledge about language teaching actually. Because at school syllabus we know they are not our students are not able to learn what they are not able to learn the language. They are not practiced to do something, only the knowledge is there. I would like to talk it about later. Or some teachers who opt to go abroad, or sometimes they want to do tuition classes like YLE. For there are many reasons. Or sometimes they want to improve their teaching skills like that. TKT is ideal for people who need to prove their teaching knowledge with globally recognized certificate. You can take as many modules as you want. Over any time period, you receive a Cambridge English qualifications for each module you complete. Okay. So usually there are 3 core modules. Modules tunak tino, basically. Module 1, 2, and 3. And here you are going to do only module 1. Okay. But no matter whether you are not going to do or not the module 2 and 3. And when you are going to do those things, no matter. Make a පළවෙනි එක කරලා දෙක කරන්න ඕනේ තුන කරන්න ඕනේ එහෙම අවශ්‍යතාවයක් නැහැ. Some students have asked me මේ ඔයාලා අහපු ප්‍රශ්න වලට තමයි මම උත්තර දීගෙන යන්නේ. Okay. When you complete the first module, you will be given the certificate according to the first module. No need to continuously do third and second module and third module. Sometimes after 1 year, you take the second module, no matter. Because it doesn't expire as well. So when you are comfortable with doing the module 2, you can complete the module 2, no matter. That's all the things. When you complete a module, you will be given a certificate from the University of Cambridge. To process, usually it takes about 6 weeks after doing the exam as well. OAS TKT for new and experienced teachers. Yes, I have mentioned it. Although you have experience, although you are a new teacher, you are going to start teaching, no matter. You can obtain the certificate. Teachers who teach primary, secondary to adult levels. As I told you, not only for the YLE, for primary teachers, secondary or adult. That means any language learner, you can teach to any language learner who comes to you. Teachers who want to prove they are teaching knowledge and skills. Yes, that's very important. Although we have the knowledge, is not enough to teach. Knowledge, just only the knowledge is not to teach. Actually, when you talk about a language training, so there are many English teachers, many English tutors, because English is very easy. It's a very easy language to understand. And also however, when they touch those grammatical things and everything, they start tuition classes. Tuition කරන්න පටන් ගන්න. Knowledge එක තිබා මට දැන් English පුළුවන් අයි මට දැන් class කරන්න පුළුවන්. They just think like that, no? But it's not very easy as they think, no? We must have the English knowledge of teaching, not the English knowledge, sorry, knowledge of the teaching and also skills. Teaching and knowledge එක තියෙනවා. මොකද teaching and how to train a language, those things. That's why this kind of teacher trainings are very important. So that's what the reason most of the students have only the knowledge, not able to speak. I will let you know about those things. I would like to speak later. Teachers who need global recognized certificates and the teachers who need to teach their students with international language teaching methods. ESOL. What is ESOL means? Those YL exam also under ESOL. ESOL means Puta, English for speakers of other languages. So that's we call ESOL language teaching methods. English for speakers of other languages. Sometimes you may have heard this word. Okay. So those things also you are going to learn during this course. I got a message. Yeah. It's better if you wait. If you can wait until I explain everything, then you can ask me any questions. I give you some time. Okay. Then at that time, if you have any doubts, problems, it's better if you can ask. Okay. It's a good question to ask, because otherwise it's kind of disturbance for me. So it's better. So sometimes I may forget what I have talked as well. It happens when I got the call earlier as well. Okay. So we were talking about ESOL, International Language Teaching Method. So when we actually teach language, I don't like to teach. I don't like to use actually teach. I like to say train, because this should be a training. Teaching never make a training. This must be a training. Okay. When we train our students, we must have good knowledge. What kind of things to do at language classes? How can we do that? Those everything are taught at the courses. Or you can see the certificates will be given from the University of Cambridge. These are two certificates my students recently taken. So Fatima, she took the exams I think in April at British Council, and she did module 1 and she got band 3. This is some of this certificate she did recently. Module 2 she did in September at IES, International Examination Services, and also she has also got band 3. Okay, that's what about the language teaching. That means about TKT. I have explained many things. There may be some question you to ask. You are free to ask it later. Okay, now I would like to talk about the exam centers in Sri Lanka. As teachers, you are going to prepare students for the Cambridge exams. This thing you must know. What are the Cambridge exam centers in Sri Lanka? Because there are 3 exam centers in Sri Lanka. Those are British Council, International Examination Services, and Royal Institute. Okay. So sometimes you may have heard only about the British Council. British Council is the most famous one, but there are two more institutes in Sri Lanka as well. Have the partnership with the University of Cambridge, and they are able to have the exams. So those are International Examination Services and Royal Institute as well. So what are the differences between these institutes? Usually we can find some differences between these centers, not only about the exam or the certificates. Okay? Although you take the British Council exam at the British Council or International Examination Services or Royal Institute, you take the same certificate, Puta. And also you have to face the same exams. There are no any differences between the certificates. Now you just think this is a certificate. Fatima did the exam at British Council. This Chamodi did the exam at International Examination Services. But you can't see any differences. The same certificate, because the certificates are issued not only from the exam centers. You must understand, certificates are not issued from the exam center. They do only the what is having the exam in their center, all the exam in their center. That's the only thing they do. They are coordinating with the University of Cambridge. Okay. But there are some differences when you talk about the British Council. The exam fees, I think there is a more expensive. The expensive is not too much, but a bit expensive when we compare with the International Examination Services. So Royal Institutes. I will let you know about the exam fee as well. You must know these things. 1 minute, please. You can download it from the online as well. This is the exam fee structure. When you talk about the British Council, they start from 14,200 like that. If you join individually with the British Council, you have to pay this amount. Okay. Or if you send the students for the exams, or if you register for the exams individually by yourself, you have to pay this amount. 14,200 for starters, movers, flyers also like this. And also Cambridge teaching knowledge test also you have to pay 17,200. So I told you that you have to pay only 12,500. So why is it that? I will explain you. And also they have a exam schedule also. They usually provide this exam schedule at the beginning of the year. So this is for the 2024 exam schedule. So you have to go according to, if you individually you register for the exams, you have to go according to this schedule. Okay, like that. But the thing is, the exam fees also are the same, but there is a slight difference. Usually about 1,000 like that. But the thing is, I work as a coordinator, exam coordinator under all of these exam centers in Sri Lanka. So if you go throughout me, there are some advantages for you. The first thing is for the exam fee actually. You no need to pay that amount because I usually send number of students for the sessions, many students. For a session, usually more than 50 students I send. Okay. So usually when you register individually, you have to go for that exam fees. But when you go through me, you can pay less. That means for the, I told you for the TKT ones, I charge only 12,500. So how it happens, Puta? So when I have a number of candidates, I can arrange my own session. And also That's why they gave some discounts for me. Other thing is, when you individually register for these institutes, you have to wait until their sessions. It is some kind of disadvantage. යාළගේ session එක එනකන් ඉන්න වෙනවා. නේ? දැන් ඔයාලා හිතන්නකෝ ඔයාලා මාර්ච් වල එක්සෑම් එක ඔයාලගේ ළමයි ටික එක්සෑම් එක කරලා ඉවරයි කියලා. ඒත් ඔයාලට මාර්ච් වල එක්සෑම්ස් වලට යවන්න විදිහක් නැහැ. No exams. You have to pay 2-3 months for the exam sometimes. Exam session එකට මාස දෙක තුනක් ඉන්න වෙනවා. So ඔයාලා individually register වෙලා මේක කරගෙන ගියොත්. But what I do, like you, there are many teachers under me, under my coordinating, who prepare students for the Cambridge exams all over the island. ලංකාවේ වටේම ඉන්නවා. What do they do usually? They prepare students and send every details for me for the exam registration. So what I do, I select the nearest town for all of them, and also I arrange exam session as soon as possible. So මම කරන්නේ ඒක. I have my own students as well in Kandy. So මගේ ළමයිත් Kandy වල ඉන්නවා. So ඔක්කොම එකතු කරලා මම exam session එකක් arrange කරලා දෙනවා. Otherwise, usually if you go with the British Council or Royal Institute, sometimes International Examination Services, British Council centers, only there are 3 branches in Sri Lanka: Jaffna, Colombo and Kandy only. International Examination Services only in Colombo, Royal Institute also only in Colombo. Otherwise, if you are far away from Colombo, you have to travel to Colombo as well. So ඔයාලට මේ institutes වලට යන්න වෙනවා. Colombo යන්න වෙනවා exams වලට. Quality යන්න නැත්නම් ළමයි තරගෙන යන්න වෙනවා like that. But what I do, I am able, as I'm a coordinator of them, I am able to have exam session in your area. If I have got enough students to conduct classes. Now you just think you are from Galle කියලා ඔයාලා ගාල්ල කියලා. And also I have about 5-6 teachers who are doing preparations around Galle. So Galle එක පැත්තේ මත්ගේ teachers ලා 5-6ක් ඉන්නවා. Just things like that. 5ක් නෑ දෙන්නෙක් වගේ ඉන්නේ. And also I collect the students from all these centers. ඒ centers ඔක්කොගෙම ළමයි ටික එකතු කරලා Galle වල exam session එකක් arrange කරනවා. ඒතර travel කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. ඒතර මේ what are the difficulties usually the exam preparation teachers face? They don't have exam sessions when their students is over, their course is over, and also the other thing is they have to pay very expensive exam fees, and also they have to travel as well, if they are very far from Colombo වලින් දුර නම් ඉන්නේ ළමයි ටික අරගෙන යන්නත් වෙනවා. ඒතර if you go through my coordinating and everything, there are some solutions for everything. You have to pay less exam fee as well, and also you can have sessions as soon as your students finishes courses, and also yourself. The other thing is you can arrange the exam session in your area. ඔයාලගේ area එකේම exam session එකක් arrange කරගන්න පුළුවන්. All the facilities are there. Okay. And also I am the only person, I think I can do it in Sri Lanka. The reason is I am the only person in Sri Lanka who have the registrations and the coordinator partnerships with all these institutes. There are some institutes, but they have registered only with one institute. So they have to go to according to their schedules. Okay. So those benefits you get when you prepare students for Cambridge exams. Okay. So still I didn't move to Cambridge exams, but I explained about it while I was explaining the Cambridge exam centers in Sri Lanka. And also this is the syllabus. That means Cambridge, not the YLE, TKT syllabus, the course you are going to be prepared. Okay. So there are 3 parts, Putha. In module 1, there are 3 parts. And also 18 units, you can see 3 parts and 18 units. That's what the reasons this module 1 is longer than the other unit, other modules usually. In module 2 and 3, you can take it within 3 months. ඒ දෙකම එකට ගන්නත් පුළුවන් exams දෙක 2-3 කියන එක. සහ මාස 3න් ඒ දෙකම ඉවරයි. For this course I charge usually 15,000 or 18,000 if you go installment plans. And also this YLE training, it's like free for you. It's like free for you actually. I charge only the lecture fees for Cambridge TKT. So for both the exams, That means both the module 1 and module 2 I charge 15,000. That means each module cost 7,500. So take 2 එකටයි 3 එකටයි දෙකටම 15ක් වෙන්නේ. ඔයාලා කරනවා නම් if you would like to continue after this. එතකොට එක module එකට 7,500 තමයි වෙන්නේ because they are very short. But this module I have to teach many things. So grammar, you know, the first thing is grammar, lexis, phonology, functions, reading, writing, listening, speaking. The part 2, background to language learning, motivation, exposure and focus on form, the role of error, the difference between L1 and L2 learning, learner characteristics, learner needs, approaches to language teaching. The last part 3, background to language teaching, presentation techniques and introductory activities, practice activities and tasks for language and skills development, assessment, types and tasks. Okay, they are the units I am going to cover within 3 months. You know, there are 18 units. Usually per day I have to do 2 units. Okay. So I will let you know the syllabus of this TKT. So what am I going to do? I think you may have about those when if you are registered or anything, if you have any idea about working with the other institutes, Puta, usually they what do they usually do? They have that books or a Cambridge module 1, 2, 3 කියලා book එකක් තියෙන එක තමයි උගන්වන්නේ. But it's very difficult to understand and some parts are not clear as well. But I want to mention here, there you are given my own materials. මම හදපු materials තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Okay. And also they are very easy to understand and also very clear materials. Okay. Usually I will show you the materials. This is for you unit 1 grammar. So grammar ගැන මම පොඩ්ඩක් පස්සේ කතා කරන්නම් මට විනාඩියක් දෙන්න. So this is the unit 1 grammar. Now you can see the lessons are very clear. Step by step. If you take that book and you can see what's the difference between that book material, lessons of that book and the lessons of mine. So here like that, so follow up activities, practice task, everything is there. The key concepts. This is part 1, unit 1. And also when you go to second unit 3 lexis, everything clearly you can understand. And also next unit as well, phonology functions. For every 18 units I have this kind of very clear materials, very clearly you can understand. Here reading skills, the reading skill is explained one by one. Here predicting and everything. Okay. And also I would like to say you I don't share any PDF with you. Okay, because you know they are my own materials. No matter whoever does the TKT, who prepare students for the TKT exams, but the thing is I don't anyone to use my material. Okay, so usually I don't share this PDF. මම මේ PDF share කරන්නේ නැහැ group එකකටවත් කොහොමත් මේකේ මේ TKT වල according TKT එකේ PDF මම share කරන්නේ නැහැ, because you know those could be easily shared with each other, no, when it is shared the soft copy. So what I do, I print and I send you, then you will be received printed ones. The printed materials. You can all of the copies as soon as you do the payment and you have to send me the slip with the address, I will send it to the post. Send it via post. Okay. I send it via post. Then within 2 days you will receive those things. දවස් දෙකකින් මේ ටික හම්බෙයි. ඒතර මේ ඔක්කොම materials ටික මම print කරලා එවනවා. And also other thing is I have the papers as well for each unit. Papers තියෙන හැම unit එකකට. So when you finish the first unit, I discuss these papers with you. Then you can get a clear idea what kind of questions you will meet at the exams regarding this unit. May unit එකේ මොන වගේ questions හම්බෙන්නේ. That's why my students usually have good results for Cambridge TKT. Now this is from the grammar. Grammar ke questions usually 20, but 20 questions I discuss. They are not the past papers. This unit questions. Then it's very easy to understand. So every unit I have the papers as well. For each unit I have. This is for like that. You can see very easily. This also I print and I send you. So after completing all the units, I do some past papers as well. So here the past papers. There are 5 past papers. In this set, there are, now you can see, I will open it. So they are the past papers. So until 2015. There's a 2007 one is also there. I discuss it with you. Then you can get, you can go for a good results, clear materials, and also past paper discussion. Not only that, after every unit, you a paper discussion session also held. Okay. And also I wanted to talk about the grammar. Although there is the unit 1 is grammar puta, the unit 1 එක grammar එකනේ. Although the unit 1 is grammar, not much grammar are talked in this course. Okay, ගොඩාක් grammar උගන්වන්නේ නැහැ. Only the parts of speech is explained usually, because this is not an English course. Don't misunderstand. This is not an English course. This is a teacher training. You must have that English knowledge. English knowledge එක තියෙන්න ඕන. And also good grammar knowledge also you must have. Okay. So if you don't have, what can you do? You can do the self studies. I recommend you some books as well. So I have some books. I will share it to the. I will share the PDF of these grammar books as well. So there are 3 books from intermediate to advanced level. Books තුනක් තියෙනවා. ඔයාලා පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ intermediate එකේ ඉඳලා advanced. Although you think you have good English knowledge, you must refer these books. ඔයාලා හිතාගෙන හිටියට මට English knowledge එක ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. My grammar knowledge is very well. I am an expert like that. You have to go 3 books. So ඔයාලා මේ books හරහා යනකොට ඔයාලා මොන expert කෙනෙක්ද කියලා you can understand, because there are many lessons that you even don't think that it is a mistake you make. මේක මම කරන mistake එකක් කියලා ඔයාලා දන්නව නැතොති සමහරක් වෙලා. If you think that you are an expert, please let me know. I give you 5 questions just now. If you are getting all the marks, I believe that you are an expert. Okay, that's what English grammar puta. Day to day we have to update actually. No, we have, because we are going to be teachers. We are going to give something for our students, so we can't cheat our students. No, we have to teach the correct things for our students, because their future also depends on what we teach. අපිට බොරු උගන්වන්න බෑ ළමයි. ඒ නිසා අපිට white knowledge එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. So I am going to share these books for you as well. මේ books ටිකත් මම ඔයාලට share කරනවා. So ඔයාලට, if you want, you can take the PDF එවන්නේ. මේක print කරලා එවන්න මට it cost a lot of money. You know the expenses of nowadays, no? So usually you can have printout. So you can, while you are copying this soft copy, you can do self study and you can improve the knowledge of grammar, because this is not a grammar class or English course. Okay, now just don't misunderstand that you are taught grammar this course. You are teaching only teaching according to the English teaching. Now with English teaching වලට අදාළ හැමදේම මෙන්න මේකෙදි module 1 එකේදී cover කරනවා according. Okay, that's what about Cambridge TKT, the exam you are going to take. So I am going to prepare you for the exam. Okay, now I think you get some clear idea about Cambridge TKT. YLE වලට තම මාව ගියේ නෑ. I didn't give for the YLE. I just only explained about Cambridge TKT, the syllabus, and how am I going to prepare you, and about the exam as well. Someone asked me about the exam fee also. අපි sir exam fee එකක් ගෙවන්නත් ඕනේද නැත්නම් මේ 15000 exam fee එකත් ඇතද කියලා. මේ 15000 exam fee එකත් එක්ක ගත්තොත් ඉතින් එතකොට මම ඔයාලට ෆ්‍රී කරනවා වගේ තමයි. exam fee එක 12500යි, course එක 15000යි, materials වලටත් මට ගාණක් යනවා. එතකොට මම රුපියල් 1000කට වගේ තමයි course එක කරන්නේ. It is impossible, no? So yes, you have to pay separate exam fee එකක් ගෙවන්න වෙනවා. You have to pay separate exam fee. When you are going to register for that exams, you should pay it. Usually after 2 months I am going to register. මාස දෙකකට පස්සේ register කරනවා exam එකට. එතකොට ඔයාලට ගෙවන්න, you have to pay 12,500 you have to pay, and also it should be paid at once. And also no need to wait for the exams. ඔයාලා වෙන institute වල register වෙලා වගේ exams වලට මාස ගණන් ඉන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. As soon as you finish the class, finish the course, I I prepare the exam for you. So no need to worry about the exams. Exams later no worry when if you are going to prepare under Avisa, because I have all, I told you that I have the registration of all the institutes, and also I have enough students as well. Usually for one exam session, I have more than 30 TKT students. Even in this group also, there are more than 30. But there are around 20 have joined today, and some have sent me messages they are not able to participate as well. So I would like to send the recordings for them. Yes. So no need to worry about the exams. Okay, exams getting late like that. But you have to pay the exam fee, not the 17,200. You have to pay only when you register individually with the British Council. You have to pay 17,200. But when you go through me, you have to just only pay 12,500 only for one module. Okay, not for all the modules. For one module, 12,500 you have to pay. Okay, I think I have explained everything with the exam fee as well. Okay, now if you have any doubts regarding Cambridge, questions regarding YLE training, because I haven't explained it to you. Okay, now you are free to ask. Oh, everything is clear.
Yes, sir. Everything is clear.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Atullah. Okay, only one feedback I got from Mr. Atullah. I think others have no anything to ask.
Excuse me, sir. Are you sending that recording also?
Yeah. So usually daily I update the record. Daily means no, not the daily. After the session, I upload the recordings to the group. So you have printed materials with you, and also if you miss any class, you can go through that printed materials and you can watch the recordings and you can cover the missed part. I know that you are very busy people. You are teachers, most of you are teachers, and also sometimes you are parents. Most of time you miss the classes. In my classes or nowadays classes also, most of the students are absent. Usually like 2-3 students are absent per day. Then I share the recordings. So as soon as finish the class, I share the recordings within 1 hour. So you are able to watch it anytime. Anytime means I usually, in the most institutes, recordings are deleted usually after 24 hours, 1 week, like that. But I don't do like that. Whenever you can watch it. Now you just think, so I do that unit 3, and you are taking the exam in 3 months. So you have forgotten sometimes that unit. After 3 months also you can, if you have the link, but you should have the link. Okay, without the link you can't watch it, because I upload the materials to YouTube under unlisted. So if you don't have the link, you can't watch it. As long as you have the link, many times you can watch it, and also anytime you can watch it in your lifetime, and you can go with the materials and easily you can cover the missing parts. Anything?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I think that's all what you have to ask regarding Cambridge TKT. Okay, now I would like to move to the YLE. Okay, what is Cambridge YLE? YLE stands for Puta, Young Learners English. What is Young Learners English? That's YLE means. That means this is an exam. This is an exam which is tested the knowledge of young learners. Young learners means usually we call young learners the students under 12. They are called young learners. That means any students under 12, they can do this course. Okay. Not only for the YLE, I let you know about the courses. Cambridge English test as well. That's mean until 18. So I will let you know. As I have explained you earlier, you know that any student in this world, that means if they are above age 6, they are able to obtain a certificate from University of Cambridge. In Sri Lanka also we have that chance. The only thing what we have to do, we have to take a Cambridge exams. That is okay. Cambridge exams are the world's most famous and only internationally recognized English exams for students. This is the only exam a school students can take from a university. You know, usually a school students is not able to get an international recognized certificate or university certificate. This is the only program in the world, and also it's very famous. The students all over the world who follow these courses and also do the test and get the certificates. Cambridge tests are produced by Cambridge English Language Assessment, which is part of the world most famous University of Cambridge in the UK. So everything is happened from the University of Cambridge. Other thing is these are skill based. What are the skill based and what are the knowledge based? What are the skill based and knowledge based exams? Why those skill based exams and also skill based preparations courses, skill based language teaching is very important. That's a very important part. You know, now we just think about the local syllabus. The students who follow the local syllabus, what happens actually? As you are teachers, you know. Although the students have been learning English for 13 years, after 13 years also they are not able to speak in English. They don't have practical skills. They don't have practical skills. That's a doubt we have in this local syllabus, and also some teachers also. What do we have? Only knowledge based exams. Knowledge based exams තමයි ලංකාවේ තියෙන්නේ. Skill based exams නේ ඔළුව විතරයි වැඩ බෑ. Most of Sri Lanka like that. That's what the things. අවුරුදු 13ක් ඉගෙන ගත්තා, they go after following spoken English courses. Have you seen? Yes. I teach some doctors as well. I teach some engineers as well. You believe it? You actually should, because they can't speak. They have the knowledge. They say, I can understand. So I can write something, but I can't speak. What's the reason for that? Those English language teaching methods are not skill based. Skill based නෑ. Knowledge based විදිහට තමයි යන්නේ. They have the knowledge but no practical. That's what the thing. That's what happens in Sri Lanka. Now you just think, say, if anyone wants to learn driving, what happens? Giving only the theories are not enough. Theories take දුන්න විදිහට වැඩක් නෑනේ. This is the gear, this is the accelerator, this is the brake, this is the clutch, this is how you want to change the gear, like that. You are giving only the instruction. Is that enough? No, that's not enough. He is not able to, after having only the knowledge, he is not able to do it practically. If we want someone to do it practically, we have to practice it. No? We have to practice it physically. Language is also the same, Puta. Language can't be taught. It should be practiced. Language උගන්නලා වැඩකුත් නැහැ. This is something you practice for the students. If you give the knowledge and you ask the students to speak, is it enough? No, not enough. Knowledge එක විතරක් දීලා කියනවා පීනන්න එක. පීනන්න නෙවෙයි කතා කරන්න එක. What happens? A student comes to you to learn the swimming. Swimming ඉගෙන ගන්න එනවා. What do? You give the instruction and put him into the water. Push him into the water and you ask him to swim. Is he able to swim? පුළුවන්ද පීනන්න? බෑ නේද? So these skill based exams, and also we have to do those in practically. That's why the reason nowadays these Cambridge exams are well demanded. You know, all the skills are tested at the exam. And also during the course also, teachers try to improve all the language skills of each student. That's what it is. And also you are also trained to improve the students what is skills, not the knowledge. All are trained කරන්නේ මේ language මේ YLE training එක හරහා සහ Cambridge TKT හරහා ළමයින්ගේ දැනුම වැඩි කරන්න නෙවෙයි. ළමයින්ගේ ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂා හැකියාව. Students language skills developing program this is. You must understand this. This TKT also you are taught many things throughout that ESOL language teaching methods. Those activities, classroom activities, presentations, techniques, and everything you are taught. Nowadays, parents also very knowledgeable about these things. That's what the reason they go after these kind of programs. No? And also we can easily introduce the program. Although you are a teacher, what is the first question usually the parent asks you when you get a call? මොකද්ද පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නය? Sir, spoken කරනවා. Teacher class එකේ spoken කරනවා. ලෝකනේ අහන්නේ. Because they also want something different rather than the knowledge. They also aware about these things. මේවා ගැන දැන් දෙමව්පියෝ දන්නවා වැඩිපුර. They search about those things. They never send their child to a class which teaches that English textbook. English textbook එක උගන්වන පන්තියකට යවන්නේ නැහැ දරුවව. ඇයි? දන්නවා ඒක වැඩක් නැහැ කියලා. They know. That's useless. Only the knowledge. Knowledge is not enough. So I want my students to speak in English. That's what their dream. So here in this course, what is going to happen, Putta? You are going to train the students language skills. You are training. Actually, I would like to call you a language trainer. Teacher නෙවෙයි. මම teacher කියන්න කැමති නැහැ. මමත් language teacher කෙනෙක් නෙවෙයි. I am also IELTS TKT වලට වගේ නම් I am a lecturer. But for those other English test, I am a trainer. We have to be a trainer actually. We should train the students to speak. We should train the students to read, write, and listen as well. So in this course, listening, reading, writing, speaking are tested at the exams, and also during the course, throughout that Cambridge syllabus, we practice these things in the classrooms with the knowledge. Knowledge එක නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ මම. මම කියන්නේ මේ skills ටිකම practice කර ඉන්නවා කියලා. We have to give the knowledge as well. Those vocabulary writings and also grammar knowledge we must give. But it's limited. It is not based, all the course, not based on the grammar and vocabulary. In some classes, you know, only grammar and vocabulary. ළමයින්ට grammar vocabularies විතරයි. But our main focus is what is Putta? Language skills. Knowledge එකත් එක්කම. With the knowledge, we improve students' language skills. Okay. And also, every child who takes a Cambridge English test gets a world-recognized Cambridge certificate. It is approved all over the countries in the world and all leading the companies and the association. Okay. So two things happen in this course. Anyone who takes these YLE exams, who prepare for the YLE exams, the first thing is, and also the best thing, the student improves the language skills. Listening, reading, writing, speaking in a language skills ටික අපේ ළමයි develop කරගන්නවා. අනිත් දේ තමයි, the other thing is they are going to obtain an internationally recognized certificate with the CFR level. Certificate I will explain you later what is the CFR level certificate. Okay. Other thing is the experience they get throughout the exam build their confidence as well. Okay. Now I will let you know about the syllabus. Syllabus එක ගැන මම කියන්නම්. It's very important. Most of you have asked me. So what is the syllabus? What we are going to do? Okay. For YLE and also until FC, I have all the materials for the preparation. Preparations will talk about materials. Okay. So this is the starters materials. Usually we have to start. There are 5 books. There are 5 books and the word list. Books by word list. So what do we have to do, Putta? We have to do these books at the classes. to improve their language skills, and we have to do some additional interactive activities. That means speaking activity. මේ පොත් ටික කරනවා. ඒ වගේම තමයි අපි අමතරව ළමයින්ට අපි මේව හදන්න ඕනේ. activities හදන්න ඕනේ. මම activities හදන විදියව sample කියලා දෙනවා. ඔයාලට මේ වගේ දේවල්. ඒතර ඔයාලට තනියම activities හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. To improve the language speaking skills, to improve the students speaking skills ටික හදා ගන්න. අපි මොකද කරන්නේ? What do we have to do? We have to do the activities in the classroom. So those activities I will guide you. Sample activities also I give you. Then you are able. Okay, I will like to take the first book. This is the first book we are going to do. Sorry, this is the second one. This one. Get ready for starters. This is the first book we are going to do. In here, students are trained for the exam and also improve their language skills. This is listen and reading. So these recordings and everything I provide you freely, everything. Okay. Here they have to match. They have to write the numbers. They are getting familiar with the vocabulary. They listen and say the letters with me. So they are getting familiar with the British pronunciation. And also colors are here. You know, there are different lessons. The first one is the animals. They are going to learn animals. So we have to do some practical activities about animals at the classrooms. Listen, read, then act. They have to listen and also read. Then they have to act in the classrooms. And also this is a test, practice test. Usually what they have to do at the exams, tick and put a cross. And this is a listening one. They have to listen and they have to color. You can see one word is colored. They have to listen and other color the other words. So which color, which word, everything is explained in the this audio. You no need to say it in your word. So there are 114 books, so 14 pages in this book. And also the next book we are going to do the mini trainer. This is a mini trainer. So this is a kind of exam training here. So when we do these kind of things, students improve their listening, reading, writing, and also speaking. This is they have to listen and they have to match with the correct person. Who is Dan? Who is Matt? Who is Eva? They have to find like that. Understand? So they have to listen and write names or numbers like that. So they are the Cambridge materials. And for movers also I have. Like that for the flyers also I have, and the Kate Pet FC also I have got these things with me. So I am able to provide you these things. Okay. Now the next things you have doubt regarding this Cambridge syllabus. How to get these? So I will let you know, Puta. Usually you can buy it from the websites as well. And also if you are around Colombo area, if you go to Jaya bookshops like that, you are able to get. But the thing is, you know, with the current dollar rate, now the books are very expensive. Okay. Now usually you have to spend around 5,000 per one book usually. So for the pack, usually it costs around 25,000 like that. So only for the book pack, our parents have to pay 25,000. So that's actually big amount nowadays. With the current economics, it's very huge amount. And also it's sometimes more than the course fee and also the exam fee as well. You know, 25,000 means. So some parents can't bear that amount to pay at once. So what early I also used to do some, that means original materials. But nowadays I also used to do photocopies of these. I usually, what do you do? I photocopy this pack. When photocopy means I photocopy and also I bind it like a book very beautifully with the color pages. Color pages means only the cover page color, and inside black and white. And I take the printouts and also photocopy and I give it like a book pack. So usually I can give it for 2,000 for the whole book. So පොත් පහට pack එකටම 2,000 වලට ගන්න පුළුවන්. So if you want, you can get it from me as books. මගෙන් ඕන packs විදියට ගන්න පුළුවන් PHDN materials. But the thing is, if you are away from Candy, so you have to pay additional charge for courier as well. For the post charge, you have to pay it additionally. සමහර අයකට amount එක ලොකු ගාණක් වෙන්න ඉඩ තියෙනවා. The other thing is, Puta, if you are if you are familiar with those printing and everything, if you have, because in Candy there are some printing shops, their cost is very low. Usually nowadays I can print it one page for 5 rupees, double side. I don't know how much it in your area it is. But if you also can find something any places, I provide you all the PDFs. මේ ඔක්කොම PDFs ටික මම ඔයාලට share කරනවා to your WhatsApp. එතකොට ඔයාලට කැමති විදිහට එක print out අරගෙන books විදිහට හදාගෙන ළමයින්ට දීලා එක කරගන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් මං හරහා ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් ඔයාලා originalsම යනවා නම් originals ඔයාලට අර වගේ ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. Okay. So it's your decision. ඒක ඔයාලගේ decision එක how to get the books. And also there is a word list as well. Word list එකකුත් තියෙනවා. For every stage there is a word list. හැම stage එකකටම word list එකක් තියෙනවා. So that's what you should give for the dictations, because they must be very familiar with spell these words. මේ word spell කරන ළමයින්ට පුළුවන් වෙනවා. Because at the exams they have to write these words. That's why there is a specific word list එකක්. So animals. So animals word list එකේ දෙන දවසට you can do some animals speaking activities like that, and also some lessons according to the animals, clothes, colors like this. This is a start as usual. This word list also you have to print and you should provide it to the students as well. Okay. So I will guide you for the everything. So මේ වගේ හැම දෙයකටම guide කරනවා. ඔයාලත් එක්ක ඉන්නවා දිගටම. Whenever you have doubts, you are free to ask. Sometimes I am a busy person, and also I don't like texting. Most of time you texted me ask me many questions because I didn't reply as well, and I have sent a message to the group. Don't text me. Please call if you are free like that, because how to text it to the about 50 people like that at once like that, it's impossible thing. You can understand the difficulties I face as an individual person. Everything I have to manage. So when I am free, I am able to help you. If you have any doubts, you can make a call very easily through WhatsApp or take a normal call, no matter. So I am here to help you to do everything. So step by step, I teach you what is the first book you are going to do, what is the first lesson you are going to do, how to do the පළවෙනි දෙවෙනි එක වගේ spoken lessons කරන්න මම කියලා දෙනවා. මේ විදිහට කරන lesson plan එකේ ඉඳලා කියලා දෙනවා. හැබැයි ඉතින් ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාලා දන්නවා this is the way I should do. You have to make lesson plans by yourself. රොබෝලා නෙවෙයිනේ. හැම එකටම guide කරන රොබෝලා නෙවෙයි. නේද? So you are able to. And also the promotion methods also I will let you know. Here I have දැන් මොකද අපි මේක දැනුවත් කරන්න එපානේ. We must make the parents aware about this, what we are going to do. Here this is usually leaflet I have made myself, but no matter, you can use this one. You can change this my details and you can put on your details and you can provide the make පොඩ්ඩක් අර parents ලා අපිට this is better to keep in the your institutes to give the parents and also introduce about when someone come to එහර මේ leaflets print කරලා share කරන එක නම් මම එච්චර කැමති නෑ. I don't think that is not a very good idea, and also it cost a lot. ගොඩක් වියදමක් යනවා. දැන් now you just think මේක offset ගහන්න ගියොත් මං හිතන්නේ 20000කට වැඩි අය copies සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 400ක් 500ක් ගහ ගන්න. So it's a huge amount නේ. ඒක ලොකු amount එකක් බොරු වැඩක් මම හිතන විදිහට. So the best thing is you can take the printouts. මේක printouts ටිකක් ඔයාලට 100ක් වගේ අරගෙන තියාගන්න පුළුවන් double side ගාලා. එන කට්ටියට explain කරන්න වගේ බෙදන්න නෙවෙයි. තියාගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලා double sides. මමත් මේක කරන්නේ printouts ගන්න එකනේ. බොරුවට වේදම් කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැනේ. අපිට පුළුවන් තියෙන විදිහට අපිට කරගන්නනේ. අපි ලොකුවට හිතන්න කලින් පොඩියට පටන් ගන්න. දැන් ලංකාවේ වෙලා තියෙනෙත් ඒකනේ. හැමදේම ලොකු projects තමයි කරන්නේ. පොඩියට හිතන්නේ. So like that. So you can take the printouts, and also I will let you know how to do the promotions in a better way for a low cost. Low cost එකකට කොහොමද promotion එකක් කරගන්නේ? So Facebook promotions are very important. The Facebook page එකක් හදාගන්න විදිය, boost කරන විදිය. ඒ ටිකත් මම කියලා දෙන්නම් ඒ ටිකත් එක්ක. ඉතින් මේ හැමදේම provide කරනවා. Everything is provided. So this is a great opportunity for you. You are taught the course, TKT qualifications, YLE preparations, courses, and everything is given. සහ සමහර දෙනෙක් මගෙන් ඇහුවා සර් ළමයිත් හදලා දෙනවද කියලා. ඉතින් රුපියල් 15000කට ඔයාලට මෙච්චර දේවල් දීලා ඔයාලගේ ඒරියා එකට ඇවිල්ලා ඔයාලා බෙදෙන ගහන ලීෆ්ලට් ටික අරගෙන මම ගෙවල් ගානේ ගිහලා ළමයි හදලත් දෙන්න ඕනේද කියලා මට පොඩ්ඩක් අහන්න වෙනවා නේද? නේද? so ඒක ඔයාලගේ හැකියාව සහ ඔයාලගේ ඩියුටි එක නේද? ඉතින් මට මේ ඔයාලට මේ ඔයාලගේ ඒරියා එක කොයිද මන් දන්නේ. එහෙම ඉතින් මට කරන්න බෑනේ. it is impossible actually නේ. ඒතර ඔයාලගේ ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලා හදා ගන්න එක ප්‍රොවයිඩ් කරන එක it depends on yourself නේ. it depends on yourself. I can't do that by you. For you I can't do that. So it is impossible. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ දේවල් අහන්න එපා. ඒ වගේ දේවල් එක්ස්පෙක්ට් කරන්නත් එපා. එහෙම එක්ස්පෙක්ට් කරනවා නම් මං හිතන්නේ ඔයාලා පට්ට කම්මැලි. අය මෙච්චර දේවල් දීලා ළමයි ටිකත් හදලා ටීච් කරන්නකෝ. ඊට පස්සේ පස්සේ කේස ඇවිල්ලා උගන්වලත් දෙන්න කියලා. නේ? එච්චරම කම්මැලි වෙන්නේ මොකද? නේ? අපි උත්සාහ කරන්න ඕනේ. We should try. We should play this game in our life, no? To go ahead. We can't be very lazy to go to our target. We have to work hard. එච්චරම ලේසියෙන් වලට දේවල් හම්බෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් වටින දේවල් නේ. So you have to work. ළමයි ටික හදාගෙන ප්‍රොමෝෂන්ස් කරලා එක්ක ඉන්න විදිහට ක්ලාසස් හරියට කරොත් ඉතින් ළමයි ටිකක් ඉම්ප්‍රූව් කර ගන්නවා කියන්නේ. Very simple things within 1 year. ළමයි 100ක් අවුරුද්දකින් හදා ගන්නවා කියන්නේ තාම සරල දෙයක්. හැබැයි කරන දේ හරියට කරන්න ඕනේ. අපි අවංක වෙන්න ඕනේ කරන දේට. අපි ඒ දේ හරියට කරන්න. Alright. Now I will show you the what is those things also as well the syllabus and also books. I have talked about those everything. No. Okay. And also අපි බලමු test මොනවද තියෙන්නේ කොහොමද ඒවා කරන්නේ what are the CFR level and everything. Okay. Children improve all the language skills in this course. Yes, as I told you, at the exams they are prepared. At the exams they are tested. They are all the language skills as well. And this course also we have to train them throughout that Cambridge syllabus and also by activities which is done by ourselves. What do? We have to prepare students for the exams. So throughout the course also they improve their language skills. And the positive experience of taking a Cambridge test builds a confidence and is a firm foundation for their future studies and careers. Okay. And also, you know, these Cambridge exams are very important. These certificates are world recognized certificates. It will help them for their future as well. And also, I would like to talk about YLE and also Cambridge English test. What kind of ages of students can follow it. Okay. Usually Cambridge YLE young learners exams age 7 to 12. මේක කරන්න පුළුවන් අවුරුදු 7 ඉඳලා 12 යනකම් කට්ටියට විතරයි 7 to 12. Okay. So how we can divide the students? කොහොමද අපි separate කරගන්න ළමයි ටික? How to separate the students? Usually starters, movers and flyers. 3 stages. Don't misunderstand. Students don't need to go from starters, movers and flyers. Okay? So they can start from movers as well. If they would like, they can start from movers. Movers වලින් විතරක් පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් starters එක skip කරලා. මේක පිළිවෙලටම යන්න ඕනේ කියලා එහෙම එකක් නෑ. Flyers, movers, starters එහෙම යන්නේ නෑ. ඒක නෙවෙයි මං කිව්වේ. දැන් now you just things. Then grade 4 students come to your class. Grade 4 student කෙනෙක් කෙනා class එකට අලුත් ඉන්න. ඒතර එයා starters එක නැතුව අට පුළුවන් movers එක ඉඳලා එයාව පටන් ගන්න. You can start from the movers. Because otherwise sometimes when you prepare you miss the flyers part. He missed the flyers. සමහරකට එයාට flyers mark එක දැන් starters වල ඉඳලා යන්නකොත් flyers එක miss වෙන්න පුළුවන්. But the thing is we have to be careful about the students level as well. Students level. Because if he doesn't have much knowledge, we can't put him to movers. Ne? If he's not able to do the test, we can't put him to movers usually. So that's what the thing. Now, the Cambridge exams, you can start from age 6 as well. But I have mentioned here, you know, age 6 means the students in grade 1 in government schools. So usually grade 1 government students are not familiar with those spellings and also sometimes writing some sentences. They are not familiar with it. ඒ නිසා තමයි මම age 7 කියලා දාලා තියෙන්නේ. දැන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මම book එක share කරපුවම ඔයාලට තේරෙනවා මොන වයසේ ළමයින්ටද මේක කරන්න පුළුවන්. But some students who go to international schools like that, you can start from age 6, okay? Because we know those international schools are very standard, no? They are more forward than the government school students. So like that you can start. However, you have to have a placement test for the students. Every student who comes to you, you must have a placement test. So according to the placement test, you can select the level, what level he should go. Whether he starts starters, movers, flyers. Now grade 4 students is not able to, he doesn't have much knowledge about to do movers, then you can put him to, you have to put him to starters level as well. So you must have a placement test and you can do it. Usually the methods we are selecting, I do grade 2, 3 students, I put to movers, and 4, 5 like that, sorry, grade 2, 3 starters, 4, 5 just things like the movers, and 5, 6 like that flyers. I have to, so I judge when he should go, which level he should go according to the placement test marks. Those placement tests also I will provide, so then you can have some idea about it. And also not only YLE, you are able to prepare students for English test as well. So Cambridge English test, that means for the students age 13 to 18, the students age 13 to 18. So they should be go KET, PET, FC විදිහට තමයි ඒවා යන්නේ. They go according පුතා KET, PET, FC like that. Okay. So usually those courses you should start from the KET. ඒවා කරනකොට නම් KET එකේ ඉඳලාම පටන් ගන්නවා. You have to start from the KET. The reason for that, they are a bit advanced courses. So students who hasn't done KET, they are not able to start with the PET because they are too advanced. A mock test. Most mock test means puta the exams we are going to have before the exams to check whether they are ready for the exams. Mock test කියලා කියන්නේ exams වලට යන්න කලින් දාන එක. Before paying the usual then IELTS වගේ mock test තියෙන what is IELTS වගේ then IELTS no exam fees very high නේ 60,000 like that you have to pay. So mock test තියෙනවා. Then those tests we checked whether they are comfortable with doing the exams. Are they ready for the exams? Those are the mock tests. Okay. So placement test means they are test. We are having the test to select the correct group level. Okay. So this KET, PET, FC, it should be, I think it's better go with the KET, PET and FC. So there are some reasons. You just think 17-year-old student does PET, KET එක කරනවා කියලා හිතන අවුරුදු 17 කෙනෙක්. He can do PET FC also as. So ඔයාලගේ අවුරුදු 18 ඉවරයි නිසා කොහොමද ඊතුරු දෙක කරන්නේ කියලා. I will explain you. මේ වගේ stages දෙකක් තියෙනවා. මේ වගේ නෑ. There are only starters, movers, flyers for schoolers only. But there are two things. KET for schools and KET general කියලා තියෙනවා. PET for schools, PET general, FC for schools, FC for schools කියලා තියෙනවා. So school students, this is the age limit for only for the school students. I have mentioned this age limit only for the school students. මේ school students තියෙන age limit එක තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. But anyone general එක ඕන කෙනෙක්ට ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඕන කෙනෙක්ට කියන්නේ below age 30. Okay, anyone can take that exams. So if students do KET for schools කරලා PET එක general කරන්න පුළුවන් අවුරුදු 19. So there isn't much difference between the exams. Exams එකේ ලොකු වෙනසක් නැහැ. And also certificate, the same certificates. No, we can't tell the same exams. Yes, these exams are very similar to IELTS. KET, PET, FC similar to IELTS. Goes with that method. A method එකටම තමයි යන්නේ. You know, in IELTS also they are tested. What is puta? IELTS also, you know, skill-based exams, not a knowledge-based. You are tested. You are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. You are tested. So these exams, English tests are similar to IELTS. I will explain you how when I talk about the CFR level. I will explain you. So some exams are similar to IELTS level as well. So I will explain you. So I think it's very clear about these exams. And also they are the stages: starters, movers, flyers, get, pet, FC, CA, CPC, like that you have to go until. But usually we prepare only for the FC. Okay. So I would like to talk about the CFR level. CFR level means Common European Framework of Reference of Language. It is an international standard for describing language abilities. So in the CFR level, it is the measurement of the any student's language skills. It is used around the world to describe learners' language skills. So that's what the CFR level. So the international certificates now, they must belong to the CFR level. Okay, now you just think the pre-A1 status. So status doesn't belong to the CFR level because it is pre-A1 කියලා තමයි හම්බෙන්නේ. So like අතරම CFR level එකට අයිති වෙන්නේ නැහැ, but it's good for the put a good foundation. Okay, that's why I told if a grade 1 students who comes to for your class, don't put him to status because sometimes when he does the exam, sometimes he is over 12, so he can't take the fire stage. So they had A2 certificate එක miss වෙනවා. Like that. So that's what. So A1 movers, A2 key for schools and also flyers, B1 pet. I thought FCE it is B2 certificate. Now you just think this B2 certificate. If a students do the FC and get into what is distinction pass, it is equal to 6.5 in IELTS. Now see the standard of these exams. FC කරලා distinction එකක් ගත්තොත් IELTS වල 6.5 වලට සමානයි. It's equal to X6. So he can go to any country. You know 6.5 ලෙන ඕන country එකකට එයාට යන්න පුළුවන් job එකකට studies වලට හරි. Without IELTS. You know IELTS also expires after 2 years. But these exams lifetime valid. Now you just think about the B1, the PET එක කරොත් it's equal to 5 point in IELTS. So you know how much knowledge do they get. So that's much these courses are, these certificates are standard because all are from University of Cambridge. So we can promote it very easily. You can explain this to your audience. Okay. Now I couldn't mention one thing, the duration of these courses. කොච්චර කාලයක් අපි prepare කරන්න ඕනේද ළමයෙක් එක stage එකේ නේ? How long should we prepare students for one stage? Usually Puta, I tell it should be depends on the students as well, but usually 8 to 10 months. 8 to 10 months you are able to prepare students. අටත් 10ත් අතර කාලයක් ඔයාලා ළමයි prepare කරන්න ඕන exam එකට. ඊට පස්සේ you can register them for the exams. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉවර වුණාම නේ ඉවර වෙන කලින් register වෙන්න ඕනේ. මාස එකහමාරකට කලින් සති 6කට කලින් මට inform කරන්න ඕනේ. Sir, I have start as a students, number of students, කොහෙද exam එක ඕනේ, කී දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද, ඒ ටික ඔක්කොම මට inform කරන්න ඕනේ. So I will arrange the exam session. So exam session එකක් arrange කරලා දෙනවා. ඔයාලගේ area එකේ පුළුවන් නම් එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයාලට කොළඹ හරි කැන්ඩි හරි කොහරි exam session එකක්. So කලින් කියලා තියෙනවා. මේ මාසේ මට මෙච්චර ළමයි ගානක් exams වලට යවන්න ඕනේ like that. So it is easier for me. ඒතර මට ලේසි. So usually 10 months, within 10 months, however, you should complete each stage. Okay. So start as 10 months. That's what all about the YLE as well. And also your course. So usually 3 months you have to participate for the courses. Usually you have to participate 2 days. I have mentioned only 1 day. එකයි මෙතන දීලා තියෙන්නේ. නමුත් දවස් දෙකක් join වෙන්න ඕනේ. අනිත් දවසේ මම දෙන්නේ ඔයාලගේ first day class එකට ආවට පස්සේ payment එක කරලා first day class එකට ආවට පස්සේ තමයි අනිත් දවසේ දෙන්නේ. This Friday evening, you are this batch, Friday evening, usually 2.5 hours you are prepared for the TKT exams. TKT exam එකේ lectures තමයි Friday evening හම්බෙන්නේ. And another additional day I prepare for you for those YLE training. So additional day එකක් තියෙන එකදී මම ඔයාලට YLE training එක දෙන්න. Okay. So you have to participate both sessions. And also you can pay the class, you should pay the class fee before 22nd of December, because by next Friday you must have get the materials. ලබන සිකුරාදා වෙනකොට materials ටික ඔයාලට ලැබිලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. You must get. Otherwise, without the materials, you can't participate for the class. දවස් දෙකක්වත් අඩුම යනවා. At least it takes 2 days to deliver within speed post in Sri Lanka. Okay, and also cost fee also 18,000. I would like to introduce you 3 payments methods. එතන දෙකයි තියෙන තුනක් තියෙනවා. If you go for the installments, each 6,000, and also you have to pay 3. And so one time payment just only 15,000. Otherwise, 2 installments are first installment 10,000, next installment 6,000. Then you will be received the what is materials. You will be received the materials according to the Cambridge TKT materials. Okay. That's I could finish it within 1.5 hours. And also I'm also a bit tired explaining everything. Okay, so that's all about the course. Now you are free to ask me any questions that you have got. Now it's your chance.
Excuse me, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, Mr. Atula, I can hear you. So there are some correction issues. Now it's okay.
Okay. First of all, sir, I would like to thank you.
Yeah.
Because your lecture was very clear.
Yeah.
Firstly, I thought ask some question, but finally I catch your lecture clearly. That's why I would like to thank first of all you.
Yeah.
Sir, there are some question for me.
Yeah.
First one, TKT will be held physically or online exam, sir?
TKT exams you have to take physically.
Physically, no, sir?
Yeah, you have to visit physically one of the exam centers in Sri Lanka. Then you have to take the exams.
Okay, so how about the YLE exam also?
YL exam also should be taken physically because these are skill based. They can't be actually taught also online. I also don't have any online classes for those preparation courses as well. We have to take the exams also physically. So you have to go one of those exam centers. So if you have enough students in your area, so I can arrange exam session in your area.
Okay, thank you, sir. Other things is, sir, you when you talk about your career, you told you are very busy man, no?
Yeah, yeah.
How you contact you, coordinate you when we need you?
Although I am busy, however, I am busy with this work. That means I also preparation lecture. I also prepare students for exams as well, and also I do classes as well regarding TKT and also other things also. So if you have sent me a message, I usually within 1 hour I will reply you. I call you back. Sometimes I miss your call, but within 1 hour, however I call, I reply to your message. So it's okay, no problem.
Okay, I got, sir. Thank you, sir. I think I found the real teacher who I am searching to develop my teaching career, actually.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Atula. Where are you from, Mr. Atula?
I am from Kuliapitiya, sir.
Uh-huh.
Already I followed too many courses to develop my teaching career, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
TKT also, I asked some institute, they charge more money for that, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, very happy. I will familiar with you to enhance my teaching career because I am not a school teacher. I am a government servant. Because school teachers encourage students to go to the other teachers, no, sir. That is the very unadvantageous.
Yeah, Mr. Atul. Okay, thank you very much for your feedback.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I will join with you the next
Yeah.
section.
I hope. And also, Amali has me. Amali, are you there? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Can I know about the certificate?
Certificate, Puta, yes, as soon as you, not the as soon as, when you take the exam at that way, exam center, British Council or anyway, within 6 weeks, your certificate will be given. So it is posted to your address by myself. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So
Then how could we participate our children's for these examination? Because I am very late to join with your meeting, sir.
yeah, because all the coordinating is done by myself. Then you have to let me know. So now you just think to prepare students for starters. Okay. When you prepare students for starters, so usually the course takes 8 months. Then you have to let me know. So I am going to finish my course in you just think in October. I have this number of students for starters, and also I have 20 students for fires. Then you want to let me know earlier, but 2 months earlier you should tell me, at least 2 months earlier. Then I am going to arrange an exam session for you, for your
Okay, so
students.
then they can participate in through the online or physical.
No, physical exams. They have to come for one exam centers and they have to take the exam physical, no online exams.
Okay.
And also certificates. Someone asked us about the certificates as well, Miss Dilini. Sorry, Miss Dilki. Certificates also like your certificates. Their certificate also usually given within that means usually within 4 weeks, but ITEL sometimes it get mailed. So I think ITEL within 6 weeks their certificate is issued because it takes some time. So okay, every paper and also speaking test, recording, everything should be sent to the Cambridge University. So they want to check and they want to mark the results, they want to print the certificate, they want to send it to the exam center. So the exam center gives the certificates to me, I have to send the certificates to you. Like that, it takes sometimes like 6 weeks. Okay, is it clear, Miss Amali?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Excuse me.
Yes, Miss Anuradha.
Sir, then, yes, YL, we have to do separate exam, right?
Sorry?
For YLE and TKT, we have to do separate exam.
TKT, that is the exam you are going to take.
Then
YLE means you are preparing students for take the YLE. You can't take the YLE exams.
Then for that one, we don't need to participate any exam, no?
How
We
you can't participate for YLE exams. YLE exams for the students between age 7 and 12. We can't do those exams. You no need to participate for those exams. You should participate only for TKT exams. But
then
at the classes, you prepare students to face for the YLE exam. That's what I explained. Okay.
Then we do the TKT, we can prepare the student for YLE.
Oh, prepare students for YLE, and also you don't need to wait until the certificate is issued. From next month also, when you are given the training and also the materials, you can start from next week is also, no matter.
Normally, I have 25 students like sir.
Yeah.
Then I am doing personally in my home.
Yeah.
Actually, that is not the academy. So when I start your course, can I practice them for this YLE?
Oh, no matter. You can start it by next year. Just think from January. You prepare the details for the parents, and also you let parents know about it and the course. Then you tell that I am going to do YLE. You have to explain everything for the parents. If their parents are agree with, you can start doing YLE, no matter.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good night.
Is it possible to conduct Atula? Yeah, Mr. Atula, no matter. It is possible to conduct YLE classes without TKT. You can prepare students for what is students without TKT. But however, then now just things parents come to you, and also sometimes another teacher maybe. Sometimes you are checked your what is qualifications. So there must be something you should show. So it is better. The best thing is you should have, if you have the TKT qualification, it is the best thing. So you have something to show. I have TKT qualifications. They will ask, what are the qualifications do you have to teach YL? Then what happens to you? No. Like that. So it is good thing. Okay, everything is clear. How about the others? Are there anything to ask? Yes. Actually, Miss Rahamania, I can't hear you clearly. It's better if you can send me a text. Miss Dilki has asked me a question. Miss Dilki, no need to wait for the exam. So until the exams, you can start doing YLE as soon as I give you the training. And also those materials you can start from even next week. ලබන මාසෙ ඉඳලා කමන්න පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. Classes එක certificate එක වෙනකන් ඉන්න ඕනෙත් නැහැ. YL කියන්නේ TKT exam එක ගන්නකන් ඉන්න ඕනෙත් නැහැ. Okay. Okay, I think I provide you. Yes, I am government English teacher and I have some other qualifications after complete TKT. One, can I do? Yes, you can start classes. No matter. You told that you are a government teacher. TKT classes. That means you are going to prepare students for the TKT. Okay, it's a. Oh, no matter. You can start preparing TKT. No matter. If you are qualified, you can start. But thing is, to prepare students for the TKT, it's not like YLE. It's a very advanced exams, and also you must have good qualifications as well. You must have a BA like that. If you can start, because you must have wide knowledge to do some classes like for the TKT preparation classes. Okay, I think everything is clear. Then I hope that you will join the course and you will continue these YLE classes also with me. So thank you for joining everyone and see you next day. I will send the necessary details to the group for those you have to pay before 20. Yes, I will send Miss Dilki, I will send all the things, all the materials and also everything that you need for the exam. Not need to prepare students. Vocabulary list, books, and everything I will send. Okay, I hope you will join the course and see you next day. Those necessary details, that means you need those bank details and everything, I will send it to the WhatsApp group. Okay, then good night everyone. See you next day.